It should be on. It should be on. Oh, look, I can see myself on there. I think the lighting works all right.
That doesn't come on.
Oh. Okay, you might have to refresh that and see what happens. Hello, everyone. I don't know if anyone's in yet. I'm just doing some last couple of minutes setup bits. Oh, yes, I can find me now. There we go. Hello from Canada. Hello. How are you? So before I get into the point of today's video, while we wait and see if anyone hops on, we're doing another lighting test. So I've moved the light. The light is no longer directly in our eyes like it was on the last test stream. I think, so I keep looking here because I can see myself on here. I think that the lighting on us is pretty ideal where it is right now. I don't think it's too dark. I don't think it's too bright. But then this is looking off of Danielle's phone quality. If I compare that to looking at through our TV, which is actually supposed to be a higher quality.
Yeah, it is.
That actually looks blurrier than on your phone, but that's fine. I think it's lit well enough. Cool. There's also going to be a big delay in finishing setting up how we want the streams, which we were just talking about before we went on, because we've actually got COVID. Literally right now, we have COVID right now.
We do.
And my work's policy is still that I had 5 days off. So although I can go back to work now, I've lost 5 days pay. So that's a lot of money, because I'm the only one working in the household at the minute, because obviously we've got young kids, so we can't both work right now. And yeah, so I can't afford. We were just talking just to get simple fold-up seating that's identical and comfy enough for us to be able to sit out for a whole hour or so is going to be another like 40 odd quid. We want to replace the table, still considering that coffee table that you want as well.
Yeah.
There's a coffee table that kind of lifts up and goes at a slant so that you can lift the top. It's got storage in it, moves up, which will be great for when we're filming on here. It's also ideal for Danielle's hobbies that are separate to the spiders. So, but that's a lot of money as well. And then just, what else was there? Oh, just a few more. We need one more tripod. Well, I think I've got one stashed away at my mum's house for another light that will be here. So in this particular stream, we don't have the light that we had last time that was sat here shining down. We're literally going to hold it. It's here. We're just going to have to hold it for today's video because as I said, we've got COVID. I've got no money. I don't really want to have to keep delaying you guys. So you'll just have to put up with the streams the way they are for now. But I hope that this initial setup is okay for you. So we've got a few other people in here now. Still not very many joining today. I will start actually planning the lives, as in putting them out there so that you guys can notice them in advance. When I first jump into the, what is it called? That thing. Studio. When I jump into the studio, you guys can see that there's something going on, but it's not live yet, and there's no set times for you, blah, blah, blah. So what I will be doing is I will be scheduling times so that when it notifies you, you'll know exactly when I'm going to be going live. But that just hasn't started yet. Just got a few more bits to tweak. Hello, thank you for joining. So I may as well just jump into the point of today's video. I don't want this to be a long, drawn-out one. Because, as I said, we are still in recovery. We feel fine, but we've been quite run down. So just want to get to the point of this one. I'll be popping on another camera in a minute, and I need some help with identification of the spider that is in this tank. So I've had this spider quite a long time. I know the genus of this spider. I believe the genus to be correct. I don't believe the species to be correct for what I bought it as. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this camera on now. I'm not going to put the lighting on it yet, but I will do when we're getting to the main points of this spider, so that you can have a look yourselves, think up what sort of idea you think it might be, and send it back to me. So I'm just going to pop this this camera on. Give me 2 seconds. Not that one. That one. So you can just about see this spider, but you can't really make out the colorations very well. And it just so happens that she's sitting with a vent hole right above the carapace, which is one of the main things that we're going to need to be looking at here. So this spider is a Phasmid. I have a few Phasmid in my collection, and this is one of my favorites just because of the overall color of it. I think this is one of the most beautiful Phasmid I've ever owned, and for the last like 3 molts now, and you'll see when I put the light on in a minute, it actually has a pink carapace, which is just incredible. But it shouldn't have a pink carapace for the species that I initially bought it as. So I bought this as the Phasmid species green gold carapace. So on a green gold carapace, to my knowledge, we'll have obviously a golden carapace, and the femurs will turn green in time. So there are other green ones. There's also the full green, and then there is the Phasmid species green femur, which is also Phasmid species South Hispaniola. Now I have a Phasmid species South Hispaniola, but it's a much smaller specimen than this one, so I can't do much comparison to that one. That's one of the ones that is a potential to what this could be, because upon looking at other people's videos, including Robbie from Robbie's Talking Teas, who I spoke to because he's into his Phasmid, he said his has that sort of potential coloration, but his specimen is also smaller than this one, or it looked it on the video that I watched of his. Or alternatively, his other idea, which is also making sense to me, is that it's just a colour form of Cancerides. So I have a Phasmid Cancerides as well up here. It's just a brown spider. My Cancerides, you can tell it's a Phasmid. It has slight bronze tones, but it is overall a brown spider. So I'm going to stick the light. I'll try and angle this light the best I can for you guys. You have a little look. We'll try and get some angles, and you tell me what you think. And if you're watching this on a replay, comment below as well, because I really am going to need some help here. So I'm just waiting for my TV to catch up to where this is at with the light. Now you can see she's steering away because of the light on her. She's backing up, but she has what looks to me to be a complete pink carapace. Why is this not picking up properly? Complete pink carapace. Her femurs are very dark. Now you're probably not going to see in the quality of this camera, but when I have had a really close inspection of the femurs, they are almost purple tones. So if you don't know the femurs, if you look at the first segment of the leg, not from the foot down, but from the body outwards, can we see? Right, I need a pointing stick. Here we go, some tools. Right. So I'll see whereabouts this is on your screen because it's delayed for me. So there's a carapace, which is the pink bit. Let me try and get this. Oh, it's too delayed that I can't actually see where I'm pointing with this. It's really, really delayed. I've got at least,
Do you want me to try and
it's
restart?
at least a 30-second delay there.
Do you want me to try and restart it?
Yeah, you can do. So you've got the abdomen, which is the butt, right? You've got the carapace, which is this pink bit here, and then it extends out to the legs. So the femurs will be that first sort of segment coming out, and it's really hard for you to pick up, but there are slight purplish tones that are going to be on them. But you can make out the carapace there. So, oh, hi, Kate. So Kate had a mature male, Atrichomatus, and he looked a lot like that one. That's interesting. So that is yet another Phasmid species. So did he look like this before he was mature, Kate? Because that would be really helpful, because I have that species too, but only as a sling. And I can't remember the sex of this one, but it could well be male. But it is a beautiful spider. And Phasmid is a messy genus, but that is definitely not a mixture species green gold carapace, which is what I bought it as. There's no way. That carapace has been pink for at least the last 3 molts, at least. I'm probably wobbling the camera now. It's a bit of a pain when I'm having to hold this light. Oh, so Kate only had him as a mature male. He was very purple. I think we're never going to fully know, because obviously you're just seeing this through video footage rather than in person, you people, and I have not got enough Phasmid knowledge. I went through a phase of getting Phasmid, and this was one of the ones during that phase. So I've never seen every Phasmid species as an adult, and that's the best way. I do better with what I see, what I visualize in person. So rather than like descriptive. So for me, I need to have seen an adult female and a mature male of every Phasmid species going for me to then look back at this one and go, okay, that links with that. This is what this spider is. And although it's not mature yet, it is a reasonable size. It doesn't actually look that big in the footage on the screen, but it's a reasonable size spider. Yeah, we may as well turn that telly off, because I've had my hand in that position now for a good, there we go, that's about 30-second delay. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Right, I'll try and make it. Try to peel out to help. I don't know, because you are right, the genus is a mess. Yeah, bit of a pain. All right, I'm just going to turn my phone a minute so me and Danielle can see what we're looking at. I would feed this spider for you, but I actually fed them all in the last day or two. And although she's not too skinny, too fat, I still don't really want to put it through that. I suppose next molt, if this is a male, I'm going to make an educated guess that next molt will probably be maturity, because it's got a reasonable leg span on it. I would rather it be a female tarantula because I want to keep it, and the male will go to waste because I don't know the exact species. So I wouldn't ever try and breed a male that I'm not 100% sure, at least in my mind, of the species. It is cool. It is a cool spider. And this one has a big habit of flipping its water dish. I don't know if you guys can make it out, but that's just on this side here. And burying its hides as well. So I take this light off it. I don't particularly want to distress that spider any more than it needs to be. Right, where are we in the comments? Beautiful, whatever she is. Yes, very, very beautiful spider. See, I've actually been making my lists on what I'm going to be selling at BTS. And I'm going to tell you that there's probably at least half of what I've got left. So as you know, I downsized before I moved here, but half of what I've got here is going back for sale at BTS. And I'm almost going to be starting again. I'm keeping only the ones that are most special to me, and then I'll almost be starting again. We will be filling each one of these with a 30cm cubed enclosure with a little light put in. And eventually over the next few years we will fill this up. We're also going to probably do the same style, so these cubes over this side of the room as well. So we will have a set of 3 going underneath the TV, so 3x4, so that'll be another 12. Some of that will be taken up for other things though, because the kids will obviously reach under there. And then maybe another, it depends the way the room goes. There might be another stack of maybe 2x4. It depends what fits. So those mystery boxes. Yeah, well, I got those mystery boxes deliberately for the fact that we were trying to get Danielle into the hobby, get her excited, and you found them exciting,
Yeah,
didn't you?
I did.
and that we were just planning on selling anything that I didn't want to keep. So that worked out well, and I did get some that I did want. So having a blondie back in the collection again, that was something cool. And there were a few others, Cosmos elegans, I think, and Beckys Huahini. They were all keepers. They're all still ones that I'm still keeping now. So I did get kind of my money's worth just out of the ones I wanted to keep, sort of. So that's not too bad. Might get more mystery boxes even at some point, because I've got this table at BTS. I don't want it to empty within the first hour of me being there, and then not have much else to put on a table, if you see what I mean. So if I were to get more, again, it's that point of, oh, I might get something I really want. It was fun. I'll keep this, and then anything left over, add to that pile. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm probably thinking too much into it, because there isn't just spiders that are going to be on that table. So it's quite a lot to go through. Hi, Gar. Thanks for popping on. I don't know how long you've been on here. Probably not long enough for us to try an ID. I haven't got the light on the spider at the minute because I didn't want to piss it off too much. But this is a Phasmid. Again, as I said, you haven't got the lighting that we had earlier to be able to see. I was trying to work out which Phasmid this is. So it was bought as a Phasmid species green gold carapace. It's not. It's had a pink carapace its whole life. Its femurs are dark, ever so slightly purple tinge. Is definitely not green gold carapace. Basically, I was just trying to work out which one it was. If you were to re-watch this at any time, skip in about 5 minutes or so into it until I've got the light on, and you can kind of have a look then. It's a beautiful spider nonetheless. I just want to know what it is, because I've got that feeling that this one's near maturity. If it ends up being male, which I think it is, it's going to go to waste, because I don't know which species of Phasmid it actually is. I don't want to just do it off guesswork. So it's a bit of a pain, that one. But yeah, well, how long have we been on here? So we've been live for 17 minutes. We've already had a main look at this. Has anyone got any questions? Any questions for us? I don't know what we're going to be doing in upcoming weeks. Obviously, as I said, over time you'll have to wait, so we don't have to sit on 3-year-olds' chairs, quite literally 3-year-olds' chairs, and use a 3-year-old's table. That's all going to take time now that I'm skint from having COVID. There won't be a feeding video for a little while, I can tell you that, because I plumped up everything nice and good over the past few days. So literally no spider here that's going to need feeding for a little while. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Greg. Is this not the danger of a lot of Phasmid? It is a danger of Phasmid. It's a messy genus. I just happen to like everything that's in a messy genus. I like Phasmid. I like Panthos. I like Chirobrachys. They're all messy. All got a messy genus. I can't help myself. They're just spiders I like. I mean, I never got these with intent to breed anyway. It's only when they end up being male that I just feel sad that if I don't have the right ID, I don't want to breed them. With females, I don't care, because I'll just keep them for my pets. I'll just love them the same. And I can do that with a male, but obviously, as we all know, it gets a bit depressing watching a male circle the enclosure until it dies, pretty much. And I don't really like to go through that, really.
So what does a female do if it doesn't do the same as a male, if you're not going to breed it?
Well, she'll live for a lot longer. So you get a female, you've still got a spider sat there for a fair few years. It just looks beautiful. Oh. When a male matures, he basically wants to breed. So imagine sticking a horny teenage boy in a cage. Like, his purpose is there. He's just gonna not gonna eat very much, so you'll get a lot less feeding response. Not have much interest in anything else, and it's really depressing to watch. Yes. I just thought if anyone's got something that they thought, I have seen this before in my collection, these are the colorations I get, because there's you still don't know, do they? Like the colorations of different series. You get some that come out purplish, like this one, and then you get your complete just brown jobs, like mine one up there, bronzy brown jobs. It is a nightmare, absolute nightmare. But it's a pretty spider. And as I said, if it was a girl or guaranteed a female, I wouldn't care. If I'd just keep it based on its appearance, because it is a bloody awesome appearance. But I can tell you it is not what it was bought as. It's definitely not what it was bought as. Right. Oh, I've lost my chat. Where's my chat? There it is. Pretty.
You want to head upstairs?
Oh yeah. Oh, you might get to witness a bit of domestic abuse going on here. People upstairs every now and again make some worrying noises that might well be happening any minute by the sounds of the bangs. So you might get to witness it live. That'll be hilarious.
They've been cutting down because of the complaints, so.
Yeah, they have. But if I catch this on a camera, what are they going to do? Maybe we should send the camera upstairs on a stick.
I'm sure someone did that to me once. Here, sent the camera down.
Maybe what you doing?
I was in bed, trying to sleep.
That's a bit creepy.
It is creepy.
That is a bit creepy. There's probably kids there. Kids do that. I used to do awful things to my neighbours when I was a kid. They used to shine laser pens in their kitchen and stuff from my bedroom.
You're one of those.
Yeah, so they freaked out in the middle of the night. It was great. Anyway, yeah, does anyone have any more questions regarding what we're going to do on streams? Or has anyone got any ideas of what they want to see on streams? Because I don't think I'm going to get an idea out of this today. And I was just really trying my luck, basically. if just in case anyone's gone, I have that, that's this, etc.
I can't see the comments from here. So.
Spider King says, I wish I had more shelving. My flat is such a crap shape and size.
These chairs are on my legs.
Well, that's because they're designed for children. So would beanbag. Yeah, we were struggling with shape. The shape of this room isn't particularly great either, because we've got a nice big window, but a big window is rubbish for a spider room because that takes up a load of space. Because below the window is a radiator, which is a really stupid idea, because that means when there's any sort of draft coming through the window or the coldness of the outside wall and there's a radiator there, it is just wasting heat on this cold outside wall. And then we've got one alcove, which is all right. Then there's like an old fireplace, which again, it just takes up space along that wall. Then we get a small flat bit of wall. This is all behind the camera with one old, I don't know, like connection to something, like a metal connection that's sticking out of the wall. So you can't.
Oh, that was because that behind it is an old fireplace. So the gas, that's a gas.
Oh, so there's an old gas thing, gas connection.
Yeah.
Well, there's an old gas connection, so you can't put anything flush against that wall. And then the side wall over this way leads onto the doorway, which is in a slight alcove. The doorway's in an actual alcove, which means you can't have the shelving go all the way across the door either, otherwise you can't get in the room. So I do feel your pain when it comes to that. And there is no space anywhere else to put them.
This is
We've
the
got
biggest room,
yeah,
isn't it? A bar, Theo's
kids' room, our room, then there's some slings sat in our room. And that's it. But then this isn't my home. to be honest with you. I don't really have anywhere.
Not yet.
My old home was the best. That room was fantastic. It was massive. It had an ensuite bathroom. The realm that I had was where I was most happiest. I loved that room. And the ridiculous thing is, that house was a 3-bedroom house with a garden, and I had the master bedroom with the ensuite, which was where the realm was, which is where you saw me used to film, where I used to film. The rent of that house, where I lost that house, is almost exactly the same as where my mum moved to pay for a poxy 2-bedroom tiny flat.
Mm-hmm.
So a 3-bedroom house is now what we were paying for that 3-bedroom house is now what we're paying for a 2-bedroom cramped place where I officially live there.
The biggest room in that house is the dining room, isn't it?
Yes, it was a kitchen diner.
Yeah.
So it is a kitchen diner, and it's freezing cold as well.
Yeah, even with the heating on, it's really
freezing cold in that house. It's awful, absolutely awful. So it just goes to show, especially when you're renting accommodation, you can go from up here, living the high life, to just...
Yeah, well, eventually I'll get a bigger place because we'll have a boy and a boy and a girl. They can't share a room for very long.
Yeah, so if we get a bigger place, it's just another child's bedroom. That's not room for...
Yeah, but it might have a bigger room. Like, bigger front room.
Bigger front room. I need my bug room back.
Oh,
that's what
I won't be able to get a 4-bedroom.
I need my bug room space. I'll miss it.
And if we get a bigger bedroom for us...
Oh, you're in a rental in a London? Oh yeah, that's going to be awful, London way. Absolutely awful for size. So yeah, I get you there. But yeah, still trying to live the dream. Still trying to hold on to some dreams.
Yeah, for like decorating.
And we can make this room over time. Admittedly, over time, with this kind of shelving, which works really nicely, and it's heavy. The kids can't push it over.
And Theo has been trying lately.
Yeah, yeah. But we can, with the other wall as well, done with where we keep our TV as well, with these sort of units going across, this room could make a cozy front room and spider/bug room quite easily. But it's a kid's room as well. It's a front room. It's a family room.
If we end up
they are destructive.
Yeah, if we end up moving into a 3-bedroom and our bedroom's massive, she won't be in there with us anyway. So that would be your bug room. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, but I can't come in and film or record or do whatever after a late shift because you'll be in there.
So why would you even do that after a late shift?
It's my favourite time to do things. When I lived in that other place, I used to love coming home at 1 a.m, whacking all my lights on my shelving, staring at everything, and either do some feeding, some maintenance.
But when they're older, I won't need to go to bed so early, so I'll be awake now.
You're going to be going to bed early forever.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as they're that bit older, they go to school.
Yeah, and I can get up, drop them off to school, come back and go sleep. So yeah, I can wait up and you can go in there and do your stuff and then...
Oh, hi Dave.
You can go to bed after.
Gorgeous specimen of a man. We're just ranting now. Like there was the only point of this video was just to have a look at this spider here, see if anyone knew off the top of their head what it was, apart from the fact that it's a Phasmid. And now we're just ranting. We're just complaining about, we're being very British and moaning about the positive things. He's ruined our telly.
No, I was just making sure they were marks and not scratches.
How's he got so many fingerprints at the top of that telly?
I don't know. He is not a small boy.
For anyone that doesn't have kids, don't have them. For anyone that does, you know my pain.
That's one of the reasons we're getting higher shelving for the TV. Mainly for so Theo was up to 10.
We've got to increase the height of our TV just so a 3-year-old doesn't break it.
He's a sensory child, so he likes the light that comes out of the telly when he touches it.
But he doesn't mess
With
with
his
the
head.
enclosures. He just does not at all. He does not mess with them.
Good
The only
for
time he's ever got his hands on enclosures and done what he shouldn't was empties. That's it. He can reach all of these. And obviously we're in here with him. And he's never once pulled one off the shelf, has he?
No.
He's really good.
No.
He's really good. And when I deal with him, he sits there and goes, "Oh wow."
Yeah,
So we've got no massive concerns yet, but obviously we've got a baby that's going to grow up and she might be more mischievous. We don't know.
You see me on the camera?
Yeah, I can still see you. You're just a bit late.
On that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to get off this soon, I think. Let's see what's going on. Right, what have I missed? Greg, you coming to any shows this year? I don't know if that was aimed at me or if it was aimed at one of them, but I will be at Taunton this month, BTS in May, and the Western show as well. And that will be the only ones for me this year. Oh, Dave's had his electric bill through. She's looking very purple in that light on my screen. Yeah, it is purplish. It's more, when the light's on it, it's more pink, but it has purple tones.
It's pretty.
It is very pretty. I just don't know what it is. Well, it's supposed to be. I was bought as a Phasmid species green gold carapace. It's not. The carapace is pinky purple. The femurs are dark, ever such a slightly purple sheen. Oh, yeah, Bobby says BTS. You will be at BTS. Do you want to have a look? I'll put the light back on for you. Now there's other people here. Let's just put that light back on. Oh, you're sat on my light. Right, I've got to see.
It keeps disconnecting.
What does?
Phone.
Is it?
My phone.
Yeah, it's not picking up quite the tones that I can see with my eyes.
Oh.
Anyway, it's buggered off now. Right, we'll leave it be. I don't really want to stress it out just for the sake of this, but my initial thought was a young pecan series. See, that is a possibility that I mentioned earlier as well. But I have one that's slightly smaller than this one, a good maybe 2 months behind, that is just brown, slightly coppery, bronzy, but
Yeah,
mostly
you said
just
that,
brown.
it's been this pink.
And this
for about
one's
2 or
had this
3
pink
months.
carapace for, at least 3 months. So I don't know. I really don't know. Greg thinks it's a panther, not a Phasmid. I'm still pretty sure it is a Phasmid. I could be wrong. I have quite a few panther beaches. And the overall shape and the patterning on the carapace of this one is the same as like my Auratus. But obviously my Auratus has a gold, actually does have a gold carapace. And the body shape is exactly the same as that one as well. Yeah, I will sort out sending a photo, Dave. I couldn't get a good photo. That's the annoying thing. This room is terrible for light as well.
Yeah, it is. It's horrendous.
My phone is rubbish at taking photos, even though it's supposed to be a good camera photo, was at the time, the years ago that I bought it. Rubbish, bloody rubbish. Unless you've got the most perfect lighting on this phone, the pictures come out shite.
Mine are good.
Danielle's phone does good photos, but I couldn't get a good photo of this spider on that phone.
Oh, is that what you were trying to do?
Yeah.
The other day?
And I sent them to myself, and they just did not pick up the right colour. But if I ever get one, I will do.
What time is it?
No idea. What made you swap from sticks to arachnids? I never swapped. I still keep sticks. They're just not in this house. Actually, there are some in this house over there, but most are not in this house. And I don't keep as many of them because where I lived before, I had access to privet by walking down the road. I no longer have access to privet. So that cut any privet eaters out, and I did not want to have to travel too far for them. My fern eaters, I still could get access to fern, but I was building a fern garden in that house, lost the old house, so no longer have my own fern garden. I lost basically all the plants I was growing there are gone, except my eucalyptus tree. So I lost a lot of the access that I've been building up for myself over the course of a few years, to now being stuck with either the choice of bramble eaters or having to really go out of my way to feed non-bramble eaters.
One of the ones you bought here got burnt.
What? One of my what?
Plants.
Oh yeah, and we have a little front yard here, but people set fire to our plants here, which is really, I'm not going to go into it all. We're basically in the poverty area of our town in Plymouth. So we are in the scumbag, druggy area where you live, the council estate. So anyone British will know what I mean. We are in the scabbiest council estate there is in Plymouth.
Oh, Smelly is.
Not anymore.
What is that?
Worse down here, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it was only a few weeks ago I saw someone dope sick while I was taking my bins out.
What?
Means withdrawal from heroin when you wake up in the morning. She was sat outside the bin thing, opened the gate for me. Oh, you got a cigarette, mate? No. You find needles around here.
Yeah, in the park.
In the park.
They come in and do bottle bongs.
It's a horrible area. So yeah, anyway, my point was I gave up with trying to make our front yard nice, like a nice place to be with plants and things like that, because there's no point. And it'll either get burnt, it'll get stolen, it'll get ripped to shreds. People throw rubbish into our front yard. People who live above us throw rubbish down into our front yard. Fag butts float around in the wind, and people come into our and they throw them from upstairs, and then people come off the street into our gate, picking up the fag butts that people have dropped upstairs because they can't afford to buy their own tobacco because they're all scabs. So that's where we live. So
hey, it was interesting. I need to get
I know, but it's true. We live in the shithole, and so with the sticks anyway, basically, it's where I had to move, so I had to downsize the amount that I kept. But I've raised a lot. I've given away thousands in the past few years, including a lot of rarities too. Quite a lot have gone on to people that are then going to pass more out from the stock I get them, next generations. So I've given out a lot that are going to continue going in the world of Phasmids. I just had to bring it right back down. I keep Uricantha horrida in here, which I've not done a video on. They're amazing, absolutely amazing. I still have Extasoma auratum over at my mum's place. I'll probably nearly always keep those. I've given them up a couple of times and then I've always gone back to them because they were the first ones that I was ever interested in. And I don't have much more, but I will get some more. I will get into them again, just not as vast as I was. So the tarantula care, every tarantula I've got here can be dealt with in the same time as it would for me to have like 5 stick insect tanks. So the effort is a lot different.
Do you remember when we used to live in Stoke and O'Keefe, wherever it was, and I used to come home and you'd just be there on your hands and knees counting the eggs from your stick insect. You like
back when it was the early days.
Yeah,
it was exciting just to find eggs at all.
Sorting through eggs and poo.
Yeah, I miss those days. I still do that with the ones that are there. Right, I've missed loads of these comments here. Same as me, I had to give mine away. As food became scarce, went into reptiles and tarantulas. Oh Christ, you're in the area I work in and stuff. Yeah.
Who?
Dave, House of Bugs Dave. I don't think you know Dave. I came from some of the nicest scabby council estates in West London.
It's just the audacity of people who live around here. Like, We had those sofas, didn't we, in the garden before we got rid of them. And people, like this woman, I was in the laundrette and somebody came up to me and she was like, "Oh, is that your garden?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "You shouldn't have those sofas out there. It's not allowed." And I was like, "All right, keeping those out."
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, we turned them into flower beds, didn't we?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
she was like, "Oh, it looks really messy. It just doesn't look good for us."
Looks
I'm
messy.
thinking,
Has she
it looks
looked
good
around
for
where
us.
we
It doesn't
live?
look good for us. Shut up. Look where you're living.
Yeah.
And I think it was you told me that woman who walked past in pink trainers the other day when you were in the shed.
Yeah.
It's her.
Well, that's scab. Oh, she was awful.
Like, so she was the one who was trying to kick your laundrette door in to get in on a Sunday when it's closed. She's like, "Oh, look at you, you're a big strong girl coming at me." And I was like, "No, it's a Sunday, it's closed." She's like, "No, it's not." And I was like, "Then why can't you get in? I ain't kicking that door in. I'm stood with a 3-year-old boy and a pram with a newborn in, and you want me to kick a door in? No, thank you."
I hate people. I really do.
Silly cow.
But we do live right near a Lidl and an Aldi,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
we can't complain. They're literally over
We're
the road.
walking
I can get to
distance from our
Lidl
city centre as well.
in about 35 seconds from my front door. Yeah, so that
We're
was
like a 15-20 minute walk from the town centre.
which was great in the days where we could go out and go to the pubs before there was kids. But it doesn't work so much now.
Well, when we get serious, we can go out.
Yeah, but they have to come back and they're still here.
No, when people have them overnight, away. Away from here.
That is some crazy prices. So I won't explain it to you. You won't understand what I'm talking about anyway.
Rude.
Yeah.
My brain probably won't get it anyway.
Huh?
My brain probably won't get it anyway. I've been out to expand.
No, they'll just talk about certain slings and the prices and stuff, but obviously you're still trying to learn.
How much is my podcast?
Well, that size, 40, 50 quid probably.
What is it, an adult? Well, like,
Depends if it's a girl or a boy.
girl,
Over 100 quid.
boy. I don't want a boy, I want to be a girl.
I know you want it to be a girl. We'll have to
Pick a
wait and
name.
see. Well, when they molt, I can show you how to sex them, but I'm not actually that good at it. Because one, I've got terrible eyesight, and two,
No,
I've got really bad
when I
patience.
learn how to do that kind of stuff, I might be better at it than you.
Well, yeah, because you probably would, because you're more patient than me. I'm not patient enough to separating parts to get to the abdomen without tearing it. I get really impatient. I'm like, open, and then and I'm like, oh, done it again.
That's not your reaction, don't lie.
Huh?
That's not your reaction. You don't go, "Oh no." You're always sit there swearing your ass off.
You're ruining my reputation on a live stream, Danielle. I'm surprised there's still people here. There's still people here just talking rubbish, just moaning about council estates. Yeah. I miss making videos, you know.
I wonder what time it is. I haven't got time to fix some dessert.
It is 9:26. We can have one tomorrow.
Alright.
Tomorrow's our cheat day, isn't it?
We're not exactly been on a diet, we've been ill.
Yeah, but
Because we haven't been able
we've
to
been
taste
alright.
anything.
I've been drinking you, Sam. Can't shock me.
Yeah, I was literally about to say, I bet half these people have seen you hammered.
Well, yeah, anyone's that come to a show night before a show with me, huh?
Usually the BTS, isn't it?
Yeah, but I can't drink as much this time.
No, because you're getting table. I don't anyway. I was pretty good the first ever one I went to. The first and only ever one I went to. I went to bed before you.
Yeah.
You was wandering in at 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Pick me up.
I didn't drink much then, mate.
You were hammered.
Yeah, but that's because I didn't drink much. So it didn't take a lot, did it?
Sure.
Sam, did you give that poor girl your COVID? No, Danielle, go.
No. I couldn't taste or smell anything whilst he had it, but every single test I took, came up negative until day before yesterday. And then yesterday it was still positive, and this morning I woke up feeling rough, really like worse, and I'm still positive. So I think I have a
I met hungover Sam at the show last year. I've helped carry you up the hotel with car. We've all seen Sam hungover at a show because it happens almost every show. No, you're all lying. I won't this time because Taunton is a day trip for me. So there'll be no drinking before Taunton. BTS, there will be drinking, but I have a table. So I have to be up really early and be able to pay attention so I don't just have people robbing my table. And Western is just a day trip as well.
What's the Western one? Bristol.
Yeah.
It's March, isn't it?
No, it's like June or July. I can't remember. I always get those months confused.
When's the Taunton one?
The end of this month. 26th.
Oh. I just had the weird feeling that it was in June or July because last year we went to the Taunton one, didn't we?
Yeah, same when we went with Lexi. We're taking Lexi to again.
And the Taunton one is at the end of this month.
The Western
I just remember it being really warm when we went last year.
The Western show was the first ever show we did.
Yeah. Bristol. Just say Bristol, please.
Bristol.
I don't know West. I don't know this. North, east, south, west.
It was the first show we ever did.
Yeah, I know. I remember it. I remember it.
And I was too scared to talk to people.
And we really got picked up at Lee Mill. Was it Lee Mill Tesco?
Yeah, we got picked up by basically strangers, didn't we? We just went with some random people we didn't even know. That was good though. Oh no, wait, that wasn't the random people. That was
No, it was.
Oh yeah, because I hadn't known them very long.
Yeah.
I
and
do now,
the second one we went to was with Sarah.
I think she was the first time.
No, she was the second.
Was she?
Yeah. First show we went to with.
Oh yeah, the first one was. Yeah, I can't even remember. Sorry, you don't have to stay here and listen to us if you guys want to go. We're just reminiscing from old times.
I only went to those two and BTS, I think.
That BTS, 2018 BTS, wasn't it? That was my favourite of all.
I loved your video. That was the best BTS video I've seen you do.
Well, I want to film again. I just don't have time to film. I mean, I've been sat at home for days with COVID, and I still didn't have time to film. Because the kids are just too much. So
yeah, because I haven't been able to take them to nursery because I've fucking bloody COVID.
I mean, I know I'm going to start doing the live streams weekly and chatting to people, but it ain't going to be this. I miss the editing. I miss the even the filming. I miss seeing the clarity and the quality of certain clips that I'm filming and then mashing them together. Like when I'm having to do it and rushing it and I'm stressing about being behind, I don't enjoy doing it. But when I'm not forced, when I've got that time, I'm like, I want to film this.
Do that, really like you did with the 2018 BTS, like film yourself getting out of bed.
I could be an actual. I could still do videos, normal videos. It'd just be now and again.
Yeah, where you don't feel rushed.
Yeah, although I think maybe we should do pickups live. So we do it when we get back instead of creating a video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Oh my God, there's still people here. Right, where are we at? Oh no, my chat's crashed. Where are we at? I haven't heard if Andy needs me for BTS or Western. I'll probably pop by Western just to remove people. You should. I miss seeing you.
Who?
Dave.
Oh, there's a bogey on this.
Well, Greg ain't wrong.
What do you say?
Oh, just his previous comment about me being hungover at every show. You're going to be on for a while, I'm going to be having a bath. I'm not on for a while, mate. I'm going to be going in a minute. Like I said, there was no main purpose of this video apart from having a quick look at this spider, which has gone completely off the camera now. I don't know why I'm re-putting it in place because it's going. Yeah, as Dave says, 2018 BTS was a belter. It was good. It was so good. Everything about it was good because it was all new to me.
And you went with me.
I remember, I did go with you. I remember rocking up there and we got a drink and we were really early.
We were.
And we sat on a blazing hot day.
It was such a nice day.
Outside, on the grass, on a picnic table.
And the first person to come up to you was Mark, wasn't it?
Mark from Mark's Tarantulas, yeah.
All we heard was "Bugzuk."
And that made me feel good because that's the first time somebody had related me to YouTube ever. That was some good times, and everything was great because I met pretty much all my idols there, and then
John as well from
but all these people are gone.
Him.
Mark doesn't do YouTube anymore. John Young doesn't do YouTube anymore.
And when we were at the show, he was looking. He's so confused. When you watch his video, you hear him going, "Sam, hi, Sam."
Yeah, I miss some of the people. I mean, I'm still friends with a lot of the old lot, but there's so many that are gone and just not in touch anymore. YouTube was awesome. The friends that I made were awesome. The circle that I made. It seems that every time I start building a friendship circle, people just disappear. So the initial circle, a good 2/3 of them have gone.
Yeah.
And then I started expanding again, and another 2/3 of them have gone. I've always got some people that I'll have the whole time, like David told you here, and Gar and Adam and Greg and everybody else. But there are still some that will just. There are some people, and I'm just I miss them. I miss so many of the older people.
When you did the first fight with Phasmid, and Mark sent you in his video of him feeding the tarantula from flinging it in backwards.
Mark is an amazing guy. I don't know why he went, to be honest. I know he wanted to focus back on his fitness or bodybuilding or whatever you want to call it.
He was a prison guard.
I know he had a busy life, but he was so full of ideas.
Yeah.
He was really starting to get somewhere with YouTube. I reckon if he'd carried on, he would have been one of the big ones right now. There's no way he couldn't have been. His work was amazing.
Mm.
And he switched from sort of my sort of style, which is just very generic, to his own documentary also sort of style, which is just amazing. And then I went to visit him, and I had a really nice time at his house as well. He's such a nice guy. And he was telling me all his plans for the channel and his collection. And he was and it was crazy because his collection was not actually that big. And the room that he kept them in was way smaller than it looked in his videos. It was pretty much a box room. But he just had such an eye for things that he could make it work. And yeah, I'm gutted. Really good, and I don't think he'll ever come back because he also got demonetized same time as me.
Oh, doing the same thing.
Yeah, although he only jumped back on to do this video just to be friendly, he wasn't coming back to YouTube. That got him too, so he wouldn't be able to earn off his channel anymore. Seas was good. We ended up working with Mitch. That's cool. I like Seas. That's another show that's really good, but it's just too expensive for me to get there. Way too expensive.
Yeah, this year.
And I wouldn't be able to go anyway because of COVID. Dave said he's actually a lot bigger than he was. I completely agree. Someone told me that Mark emigrated because of his job or something, so I had to sell his stuff. Yeah, I don't really know. I know where Mark worked. I don't know if he's working in the same place, if it was a... I don't know. I don't really know where else he could go because he worked in a prison. So yeah,
you can get moved around to different prisons.
Yeah, I suppose. But anyway, whatever the reason, good luck to him. But I do miss him. I miss a lot of people. Who else was at that 2018? Tarantula Dan was pretty much in his prime of
Dark
2018.
Wasn't Dark Den when he was still filming in his front room, his little flat?
He might have been.
He had the shed, but whatever it was he had at the time, but it wasn't ready yet.
He went to 2 or 3. He went like 3 or 4 different places to film. But yeah, he started in his flat, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he photobombed.
Yeah.
Didn't he? Dark Dan photobombed
Yes,
us.
he did.
That was quite funny.
Yes. We went out for a meal, didn't we? With Tarantula, Dan, Tony.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't know. You know, I don't know who else.
I'm trying to remember who else was there, to be honest. Greg. So Greg says he was there in 2018 BTS. I caught you in that footage, Greg. So I don't think in 2018 we knew each other. I think we did in 2019, but but we didn't in 2018.
I didn't.
But you are on my footage. My old channel, my old Bugzuk channel, 2018. I think you were by Venomous Visions, and I remember seeing you actually before I even knew you, because you were talking to Tony as I was coming in. So I'm pretty sure.
Early access. So.
Yeah, I had early access.
We had
early access, yeah. And I'm pretty sure you were talking to Tony. Dave, was that 2018 BTS or was it 19? I can't remember. You might have been, yeah. I'm not sure. Don't know if you remember Dave or not. You might do. If you see him again, you'll have to say.
Well, you went to other shows with someone else, didn't you? So.
Yeah. I do miss it though. And I used to watch a lot more YouTube then as well. I don't watch a lot now, and I feel a little bit guilty because I don't. These sort of like circle of friends that I made, I used to watch all of their stuff all the time as well. And now there's very few people I watch, and
it's a bit harder now though, considering you live here and the kids are.
Yeah, but when I come home from work, I would watch. I mean, when we were living together and I first got into spiders, so before I made any friends on YouTube, I watched Dark Den and Tarantula Dan back then, and I had seen people like Adam the Invertebrate before I was his friend, and a few other people, and then they became my friends.
Spider-Man, Alan Hickman was there.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man here.
I always knew when you were watching his videos.
Yeah, Alan Hickman. Yeah, he was there. Yeah.
He was terrible. Oh, he was.
He's probably going to watch this.
Oh, yeah. Okay, he was looking.
My first BTS was with that lad we kept passing around to other YouTubers. Yeah, that was awful. He was there. He's there at every one.
Wasn't that the 2018 one? He kept talking. He was talking to you. He was talking to Tarantula Dan. Oh, did he have glasses?
Yeah, I think so.
They couldn't have heard you talking.
So yeah, it would have been 2018.
Yeah, and you were just like everyone was just pawning him off on this.
Yeah.
Oh, he knows about those. Oh, he knows about that. That's funny.
Greg's talking about trying to be motivated to get back into videos. It just isn't happening. I would just say don't. Not because I don't think you should, but I think you should only do it when you are motivated. I think trying to be motivated, especially for YouTube, is just difficult now because you either make it or you don't on there. Like I feel like personally, I'm not trying to be a big shot, but it is depressing when you've put an awful lot of work into filming and editing to get like 2% of the views of some of these awful videos that are out there. It can be a little soul destroying. And I found that I got more views on videos that I didn't give a crap about, ones that I literally just made as fillers because I couldn't be bothered to.
All the way you're sitting in your dressing gown.
Yeah, well, I'm just like, boom, I'm just going to film this. Like, I can't be arsed. This will keep me going for another week. And then so that one's got like 300-400 more views than another one. And some of my not awful videos, but some of the ones that were doing awful, like when the back of those were getting like 80 views or something on my old channel. I was sitting there like 30k views now. It's weird.
That's your stick insect day, isn't it?
Yeah, on my old channel. But this channel, I think that's where my motivation went, was having to start again. Because as you can see, my growth is nothing. I've had this channel now at least a year, I would have thought. And if not longer, maybe. And I'm sitting on less than I did in my first ever year on the old channel. So my first ever year when I had no friends on YouTube, well, I didn't know how an algorithm worked. I had a phone to film off that had really terrible audio quality. I didn't understand how to do tags or descriptions or thumbnails. I did better in my first year then than I have now, when I already had a following to bring across, and that is depressing. That is really depressing. I'm pretty much still here for a couple of reasons. One, the younger audiences. I've got quite a lot of young people that watch my stuff. They probably won't watch these lives, which is a shame, but they watch my stuff. And to see them at the shows, the young people that want to speak to me, that's one main reason I want to keep
doing. They do, because they wish me happy birthday at parties.
Yeah. It really makes me feel happy. I'd much rather a child who I've never seen before in my life go, I watch your stuff, it's great, than somebody who's a big hot shot is watching my stuff. I don't care. And reason two is for my patrons, because I'm still getting Patreon support. Obviously I lost YouTube channel membership, and I lost like a lot of my actual patronage, my funding, and I still can't get paid for YouTube. But those patrons that have stayed through all of this are what kept me going. Like, they've helped me be able to still buy these animals and attend these shows, because I save up that patron money towards shows mostly, and occasionally I will buy the animal or enclosures or something with that money too. So I owe it to those guys to carry on.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have half the stuff I have, and I'm not just going to take their money and not provide any content. And if that means I have to just do lives like this, they're probably not going to get much traffic, but at least they're there for those people when they want to hop on, when they want to see. Like, that's what I've got to do. That's what I've got to do. So, right, where are we at? I say that sentiment of the kids being involved. Yeah, they're the future, aren't they? They're the next entomologists. They're the next inspirations. Yeah. Well, guys, I think I'm going to shoot off. I'll put the spider back on the shelf. Still trying to get this angle right. I think it's all right as it is, because you've got to remember that these shelves are just filled with random enclosures and other bits right now. But when they're lit up and they're nice and they've all display animals in each one, I think the lives will work quite well. And one day, when I've got time again, I will go back to doing some normal videos. I do want to spend a lot of time on building up some really good videos, but slowly over time. So over a few months, then a really high quality video will come out, and then a few more months, things like that. I just don't have the time right now. For those that hopped on, thank you very much. Those that had a little guess at the spider, thank you very much. Probably just going to be one that sits in my collection now forevermore until it dies. Or if it ends up going on the sell pile, I will just put it as Phasmid species ? And anyone that purchases it, I will say, don't breed this one until you know an ID. If you want it as a pet, have it as a pet. But I'll probably keep it, to be honest, because it is beautiful. So yes, thanks for watching, everyone. Thank you for coming on. And I'll hopefully see you next week. As I said, we're still going to be sat on these horrible little 3-wheel chairs and things for a while, but it's doing my back a bit of an injury right now. So yeah, so nice to catch up with you guys too. I have to walk over there to end my stream, actually. I can leave on that one. That's left through your phone. You may have your phone. I'm going to go end the live. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye. Where is the button? Oh, hang on. Bye-bye.